Hey everybody, welcome to Always Bored, Never Boring. As I am sure many of my subscribers are aware, I am a huge fan of Rangers of Shadow Deep, and I have here my deluxe edition of the rules book, which I pre-ordered from Modiphius when I first heard about it. As I pre-ordered from Modiphius, I ended up on their mailing list, and so it was that at the end of last year I received an email from them, which was a questionnaire. They were interested in producing some card packs for Rangers of Shadow Deep, and they were looking for feedback on what types of cards people would most like to see. There were a range of different options, but the option that I went for was something that I thought would really help when playing the game, and that was a deck of monster cards, with each card in the deck having all of the stats and special rules for any given monster that you are likely to encounter. As most Rangers of Shadow Deep scenarios only have 2 or 3 different types of monsters that you have to face at any one time, it would be really easy just to put a couple of cards at the side of the board and have all that reference information, so you didn't have to keep flicking through the book. And it seems I was not alone in that desire, because lo and behold, a few days ago Modiphius announced that they had released a Rangers of Shadow Deep Creatures deck. And that is what we're going to take a look at today. And here we have our creature deck in its little box, and this is pretty much what you would expect it to be. It's a set of regular poker-sized cards, and it retails for £15 plus postage. And if we look at the back of the box, it says, level up your Rangers of Shadow Deep adventures with 59 creature reference cards featuring all of the creatures from the rulebook: Temple of Madness, Blood Moon, Incinerator, Ghost Stone, Across the Waste, and Menagerie releases. Each card includes details of the creature's move, fight, shoot, armor, will, health, XP, and notes. Also included are 17 blank cards to add your own enemies or to fill in for future releases, featuring art by Barrett Stanley. Of course, in this video I am going to flick through the entire deck so you can see exactly what you're getting for your money, but before I do that, I just wanted to point out that this box doesn't give the best first impression. While it's relatively sturdy, it's pretty much what you would expect from a card box, there are a few things that are a little bit weird. First of all, it has this indent in the front of the box, and normally you would expect to see that in the back. Furthermore, there's no continuation of the artwork on the flap here, so you get this ugly crescent moon on the front. You would expect really to have that on the back. For example, we have here my Age of Dragons deck, which I use for random events in Rangers of Shadow Deep, and that little indent is on the back, and you can see the continuation of the artwork there. And of course, if you want your product to look really flash, you can take a leaf out of Games Workshop's book. They have these flip-top card packs, which are awesome. The other thing to note about this box is if you intend to sleeve these cards, they will no longer fit back into this box. I didn't really expect them to, but it is something worth noting. And on the subject of sleeving cards, I don't normally do it, but I actually did for these cards because I noticed as I was taking the cards out of the box, a couple of them already had little marks on the corners, and some of them were slightly rough on the cuts. They aren't linen finished or anything, by the way, they're just smooth cards, and yeah, they were a little bit sketchy on the edges for some of them, so I've put them in sleeves. These aren't cards that you're normally going to be shuffling for any reason unless you come up with some rules for randomizing the monsters you're going to meet, but I felt it was worth putting them in these rubbish penny sleeves that I had lying about. These sleeves are actually approximately 90 by 66, and you can see that's a pretty snug fit for those cards. The other reason that I sleeve these cards is because in the video I wanted to be able to do this, and I noticed that when the cards first came out of the box they were very clingy, they were sticking together, and it made it very difficult to thumb through them. But regardless, this is what you get. These are the blank cards. There are 17 of these in total, and they are divided into 2 types. 8 of them have this image at the top, and then the rest are completely blank. These are for coming up with your own creations or whatever. And then we get to the good stuff, our wedge of 59 creature cards. And each of these has an illustration by Barrett Stanley. I don't know if any of these illustrations are new. Some of them are certainly from the rules book, from the deluxe rules book that I have. And I know that some of them are from expansions. I don't know if they're all sourced from other locations or if any of them were created especially for this deck. So I'm going to show them all to you very quickly. And then you can see if any of this is new to you. So we have the Bloodbat, the Burrow Worm, Civilians, the Dark Root, the Dark Root Vine, the Flesh Golem, the Ghoul, the Ghoul Fiend, the Ghoul Flinger, the Ghoul Rotter, the Ghoul Snake, so many ghouls, Giant Flies, Giant Rats, Giant Spiders, because nothing can be regular sized, Giant Snakes, the Null Fighter, Null Archer, Null Sergeant, Null Shaman, Ogre, the Shadow Knight, the Skeletal Knight, the good old Skeleton, Swamp Zombie, Terror Wing, a Tortured Soul, Troll, Vulture, Wolf, Zombie, Grevix Man-Beast, Temple Guardians, Temple Guardian Archers, Tricatis the Evil Sorcerer, Grim Wolf, Werewolf, Skeletal Ogre, Warden, Gorbin, Cultist, Cultist Leader, Spectral Horseman, a Spectre, a Wounded Aladorian Soldier, Jinn of Batel, Giant Scorpion, Guardian Statue, Humpback, Sandblade, Sandfly, Sandhusk, Skeletal Archers, Zombie Camel, Bear, Boar, Null Beast Handler, Monkey, and Tiger. If we take a little closer look at just the Bloodbat here, you can see that the cards are pretty clean in their layout. The text is pretty easy to read. The notes here could probably have been just a little bit bigger, and really it would have been nice to have actually had the rules for those keywords on the cards as well, but I understand that with some of the more complicated monsters there's a lot of stuff to fit in that notes section, and it is useful as well to have the XP number there at the bottom as well. And there we have it, our Rangers of Shadow Deep creature deck. I know I'm going to find this particularly useful. I don't like constantly flicking through the different sections of the rules book to find the information I need, so being able to put out a few cards that has everything at a glance is going to be a big benefit for me. I'm not that fussed on the extra blank cards. Those are nice to have, I guess, for people who want to create their own adventures, but that's not such a big deal for me. But it is nice to have all of the creatures, and I like that it's all of the creatures from the core game and all of those expansions as well. And I like that every single card has an illustration for the creature. As I said before, I don't know if any of them are new, but I certainly appreciate having such nice artwork on all of the cards. Is it worth the £15? I guess it depends on how much it bothers you flicking through the rules book and how many of the expansions you intend to play for Rangers of Shadow Deep. I'm sure I'm going to get my money's worth out of this. But I guess that's it from me for now. Thank you so much for listening. If you've enjoyed the video, please consider pressing the like button. If you really enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing if you don't already do so. And hopefully, I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.